bike that I got hit on. It's a Trek 1500 aluminum. It's a U.S. Postal Service, so it's red, white, and blue.
This bike right here.
That bike.
No.
That's the bike that you got hit on?
Oh, yeah. This bike right here is the one that I actually got hit on in Tucker. There's a lot of mention of that in that article.
Have you ridden it since you got hit on it?
Can't ride it. The fork is bent. Well, there's a website called Ride of Silence, and this year's ride will honor Paul Taylor, the gentleman that was killed 2 weeks ago. But it's actually a ride for everybody the year before that got killed on a bicycle. And you ride, it's going to start on 10th Street in downtown. It's about a 7-mile ride, nothing above, I think, 11 miles an hour, so it's a very slow ride. I think it's Wednesday, the 16th of May, and it starts on 10th Street in downtown Atlanta in honor of all those that were killed on a bicycle, and to let people know that it does matter and that things have to get better, you know, from a cycling and motorist standpoint. My name is David Matthews. My occupation, I'm a professional tennis player / instructor. And my favorite hobby is tennis. My second favorite hobby is cycling. This project is called Ghost Bike. It's to memorialize a gentleman that got killed on April 30th, 2012. His name is Paul Taylor. Usually ghost bikes are anonymous. You don't know where they come from. You don't know who does them. They just show up. It's basically to raise awareness for the victims that are killed on a bicycle so that they are treated fairly, investigated. It's not to prove who's right or wrong. It's just to give everybody a fair shake, to not let them just get brushed under the carpet. Just because they rode a bike doesn't mean they were wrong. You know, like I said, it's not really to find guilt. It's just to have fair treatment of everybody. To raise more awareness. To get people to think when they're in a car that the guy on the bicycle is not your enemy, and he's not there to take up the road, even though we do swerve occasionally to miss potholes and to avoid rocks and debris because we get flat tires. People don't understand that the tire that's on a bicycle, on a nice bicycle, costs just as much as a tire that's on a car. I think they said in the last 2 years there were 26 people killed in New York. 2 people were prosecuted. And that doesn't even count all the people that didn't report accidents that were possibly killed or injured badly on a bicycle. It's not the fact of who was right, who was wrong. The fact is that they don't investigate cycling accidents, especially with fatalities, like they do an automobile. There's a 3-foot law in Georgia. They passed it last summer. Every cyclist is allowed 3 foot of clearance. If you're going to pass a cyclist, you're allowed 3 feet of clearance by law. If you're going to pass as a car, you're supposed to stay 3 feet away from that bicyclist. You know, we are considered a vehicle too. I've been riding like 20, 25 years. I've been riding since I was 5 years old. I enjoyed cycling to get from A to B when I was up until 15 years old. Even when I got my first car, I still cycled a lot. Cycled a lot in Denver when I moved out there. And I still enjoy cycling. It's something that gives you freedom, good exercise, obviously increases your length of life and quality of life because of exercise. Sad part was he was, I just turned 54, he was 53 with 2 daughters. And that's a stark reminder of another weird coincidence, this whole ordeal, is that main key part that I was looking for, which is this crank. I didn't have it from my old bike. I took it off for whatever reason. I don't think it's even on my new bike at all. But I actually, the parts from that old bike, and that bike's probably 20 years old, fits this bike that I got hit on. Like it was meant to be, which is kind of weird. It's getting there.
So tell me about the visit from our local Atlanta TV station about this.
I sent out a request about a month and a half ago for people on our page to if they had some bikes they weren't riding or wanted to donate to the cause so I can build some more ghost bikes. And 2 people came forward, and I think I've got a third. I just have to contact him, but in that interim period, one of the ladies, Denise from I think Channel 5, Fox 5, sent me a Facebook message saying she wanted to get a hold of me and they were interested in doing a story. She saw that I was doing 2 or 3 more ghost bikes, and I'm hoping that one day they'll contact me so we can continue the process of making people aware of how much we need to do to make our roads safer, and because we all are in the same boat. A car still wins. Hopefully that happens in the next couple of weeks, but I'm not in a hurry. So. One of the reporters from Fox 5, Denise Dillon, had caught wind or saw one of the postings about either one of the ghost bikes or about the article that the Atlanta Journal-Constitution had done on the ghost bike for Paul Taylor. And she had mentioned she was trying to come out. Well, I think that Caitlin Pratt has now either been past that news story and is interested in coming out, and hopefully we've invited her out to the 24 Hours of Booty ride where a lot of riders will be, and also we'll have a lot of information there from Bike Friendly Atlanta, and there'll be a lot of cyclists. 300-400 cyclists will be out there too. Maybe Fox 5 will do a small story on Bike Friendly Atlanta, and that will be good for the cause.
it.